My name is Lucas Campbell. Together with my friend Mia Miller, we discovered the truth. Monsters are real. Now, we're going on the search for them.
So, where to next?
I was actually thinking we stay in Washington a little longer.
Is that so?
Yeah, there's another cryptid nearby that we could look into. Only a few hours north of here. Figured we might as well check it out while we're so close.
Washington has been pretty nice. Yeah, I wouldn't mind sticking around for a while longer. Not too long, though. Before you know it, we'll have to watch out for werewolves and vampires.
What?
Because Twilight? It takes place in Washington.
Why the hell do you know that?
Because I read them, okay? I had to know how shitty they were for myself so I could give people shit for liking them.
That's dedicated, I guess.
So anyway, what would we be investigating next?
Caddy, another lake monster.
We have had pretty good luck with lake creatures so far.
Yeah, though I guess technically it's more of a sea serpent. And so we headed north. Our destination this time was Port Angeles, Washington, a coastal town located above Olympic National Park. It was, thankfully, a much shorter drive than we'd been used to so far.
I'm not sure I even want to ask, but you said this was a sea serpent?
Yeah. Well, kinda. By the strictest definition of the word. It's been sighted pretty much all along the Pacific coast, and it does look like a serpent. Although actually most sightings have been around a bay, so a bay serpent? Either way, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, Cadborosaurus wilsey, or Caddy for short. Don't worry, despite the name, it's not a dinosaur. The name was coined by Archie Wills, who was the editor of a newspaper in Victoria, British Columbia, to describe a creature that had been repeatedly sighted in the local Cadboro Bay, hence the name. This was in 1933, and there had been a rash of sightings that fall. There were a handful of reports before then, but that's when they really started. Now, like I said, most described it as a serpent-like creature.
Why is it always serpent-like?
Who knows? I just tell you what I find. Let's see, other characteristics that come up a lot. Horse-like head, bumps or spines along its back. A lot of people describe it as serrated, and some people also claim it has flippers. As far as size goes, there's been a lot of varying reports. One person claimed it was 90 feet long, another said 60, but it seems like most people put it around 30 or 40 feet. Since the first wave of sightings in 33, it's only been seen sporadically, but over a pretty wide range. People have claimed to see it anywhere from off the coast of California all the way up into Alaska.
Damn, Caddy gets around. Maybe migratory?
Could be. In addition to sightings, every few years a mysterious carcass will come ashore, and that'll also be attributed to Caddy. Most of them have been positively identified as other animals. A lot of basking sharks and whale sharks, a few actual whales, something called a pipefish. Speaking of other animals, there are a lot of different theories out there. People have put forward misidentifications of pretty much every animal in the Pacific Ocean as an explanation for Caddy. Conger eel, elephant seal, sea lion, oarfish, basking shark, you name it. Though I gotta say, I think I agree. I actually really like the oarfish for this one.
Wait, you mean you don't think it's something absurd? Please tell me more.
Well, are you familiar with oarfish?
Can't say that I am.
Well, they're these long, crazy, ugly-looking fish, almost like eels. They live all over the world, but I guess they usually stay pretty deep down in the ocean, so they're very rarely seen. And they're big. They can grow up to 20 or 30 feet long. They're actually the largest bony fish in the world. And they do have a pretty big fin going down their backs.
Which would explain the spines and the sightings.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are a lot of reports that sound pretty different from oarfish, especially all that stuff about a horse head. But for a creature that does definitively exist, oarfish are bizarre looking. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if someone saw one and thought it was something more monstrous.
Yeah. Oarfish. I like it. Makes a lot of sense.
In the northwest tip of Washington, a narrow channel of water lies between America and Canada, emptying out into the Pacific Ocean, the Strait of Juan de Fuca. On one side of this channel was Port Angeles, Washington, where we had just arrived. And on the other side, about 20 miles away in Victoria, was Cadborough Bay.
Okay, so the going theory is oarfish. Do you know what they eat?
Yeah, zooplankton?
Which are basically microscopic organisms.
Oh, so putting betas out.
Yeah, I guess we'll just take a boat out again. Oh, I know. Let's go kayaking. This town has got to have kayak rentals.
Kayaking?
Yeah, why not? Were there any reports of Caddy attacking people?
No, none that I found.
And are oarfish dangerous?
Not in the least.
So, odds are very good that, if Caddy exists, it's not dangerous, meaning we wouldn't need the protection of a real boat. Plus, kayaking is fun! You'll love it, I promise. And you won't get seasick.
I don't know.
Pretty please?
Fine.
Great! You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Cheer up! Come on, can you not swim or something?
I can swim, I just don't like the water. Especially open water.
Oh, you can handle it. It's not as bad as a bigger boat, I promise. And you've got a life jacket. There's nothing to worry about.
Ugh, why did I agree to this?
Because it was my idea, and this is an equal partnership.
Right. So, much to my dismay, we headed out into the water, each in our own personal kayak.
Fun, right?
I hate this.
Well, considering how much you hate it, you're surprisingly good at it. You didn't even tip the boat getting in. That's better than most first-timers.
I still hate it. We spent most of the day just exploring the area. Later in the afternoon, we had an unexpected bit of luck. Good luck? Bad luck? I don't know. Probably a little bit of both.
What is this asshole doing?
Going way too fast, that's what.
Yeah, fuck you too, buddy. Douche nozzle. Brace for the waves.
Great.
Shit!
Thanks to the careless adrenaline junkie in the motorboat, the waters got very turbulent. One of them hit just right and flipped over Mia's kayak. Mia? Come on, Mia. This was your idea. Please don't make me go in there. Oh, thank God.
Oh my God. Lucas!
Are you okay?
Yes, Lucas, I saw it. It's not an oarfish.
Wait, what? Hold on. Let's just get you back in the boat for now. After helping Mia back into her kayak and making sure she really was okay, we returned to shore and made our way back to the motel. Once we finally settled down, I asked her about what had happened. I can't believe you saw it. All right, tell me everything.
Well, okay, so that dickhead went by in his speedboat. The waves throw me off balance and I fall in. As soon as I realize I'm under, I look around and all of a sudden I see it off in the distance, a little below me. Just chilling down there. I was only under for a second, so I didn't get a great look, but it definitely wasn't an oarfish. It looked a lot more like an eel.
An eel?
Yeah, no real spine on its back. Longer head and big. There was nothing else nearby to get a sense of scale, but it was definitely bigger than any species of eel I've ever heard of.
Wow. I guess we'll start there tomorrow. On Mia's suggestion, we spent the night researching eels. Unlike oarfish, eels actually do eat normal fish. So it looked like we were going to try baiting Caddy after all.
Ugh, those are gross. This is all yours.
Come on, it's just some fish.
Yeah, some poor, dead, stinky fish. Oh, and don't forget, eels are not super dangerous, but whatever you do, do not feed it by hand. If it gets you with the pharyngeal jaws, it is not letting go.
Fringe. Oh, the little double alien jaws that come out of its throat?
Yes, the little double alien jaws that come out of its throat.
Right. No hand feeding. And no falling in.
Hey, they were big waves.
Oh, yes, they were very big waves. I'm sure it was very rough.
Just throw the damn fish in the water.
I threw the damn fish in the water. We had to wait for a few more hours, but it turned out we were in luck. Hey, is that... Yes, I think that's it.
Yeah, definitely an eel.
Awesome. You sure they're not dangerous?
Yes, Lucas, they're not dangerous. Most eel bites come from someone feeding them. They can't tell the difference between hands and food, which is why you're not hand feeding them.
Right.
Just imagine how much more we could study the creature if we knew how to scuba dive.
Oh yeah, that would just be great.
I'm putting scuba gear on the list of future purchases.
Go for it. You'll be scuba diving alone. After spending about half an hour going between our kayaks, eating fish, and just generally relaxing, Caddy returned to the depths. Having gotten a good chance to study it up close, we returned to our motel.
Well, that went better than expected. You know, this whole trip, the past few months, has gone really well.
I can't argue with that. I'm still expecting to wake up tomorrow and find out this was all a dream.
I know what you mean. We've seen some crazy shit. I've been thinking, I want to try and find my grandpa's journals.
Oh yeah?
We've only been at this a few months. He spent practically his whole life doing this. Think of the things he could have seen.
I would be interested to know what kind of things he dealt with. What?
That means I would need to call my mom.
And what's the problem with that?
The problem is, I can't really ask her about his journals without telling her what we've been up to. At least, partially. She's not gonna be happy.
Right.
Maybe I won't even bother.
Oh, come on now. That doesn't sound like the Mia I know. She's your mother. She's family. She may not like it, but it's not like she's gonna disown you or anything.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
No. Come on. Do it. Right now. Call her.
Fine. Here goes nothing.
Good luck.
Hey, Mom. It's me.
Oh, hi, honey. How's your trip going so far?
Oh, it's been good. We're in Washington right now.
Oh, Washington. Is it nice? I've heard nothing but great things about it.
Yes, it's very nice up here. Hey, listen, I wanted to ask you something. Would you know where any of Grandpa's journals are? Because he told me he kept journals his whole life. I got a tape from him, okay? Yeah. I got it a few months ago. He said that he wanted me to get out and see the world. And that he's not coming back. He's really gone. I'm sorry, Mom. I didn't have it in me to tell you. I just want to get to know him better. Yeah, because you didn't let me see him. Mom, I'm sorry, but even if that is the case, will you just take a look for me? Please? Alright, thank you. I love you too. Bye.
So, how'd it go?
Fine, I guess. She said she'd look for the journals if she got a chance, but I doubt she'll get around to it.
I'm sure she'll find them. Or we will. We'll have to stop back home eventually.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Field notes: Cadborosaurus, Caddy. So I think it's safe to say Caddy is definitely an eel. Judging from the shape of its head, it's likely a species of moray. A large moray. The biggest known species on record grow to around 10 feet long, but this creature had to be between 35 and 40 feet. Although it did have some elongated, almost whiskers, I guess, on its face. Very similar to ribbon eels. Its body was a dark greenish brown with subtle banded stripes down the length of its body. While most eels have a single fin that runs along their stomach and back, this creature's fin started much further back, mainly just along the tail. Given that eels live nearly everywhere across the earth, it's not too surprising that this particular species could have been sighted in so many different areas along the coast. Either it migrates, or the species has a very wide-ranging distribution. It seemed to enjoy eating fish, like most other eels, and was otherwise very docile. Not much else to say about it. End field notes.
Cryptid Cases has been a production of Little Giant Monsters.
If you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving a review on iTunes.
If you'd like to follow us on social media, search for Little Giant Monsters on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Or visit littlegiantmonsters.com.
Visit our website or Facebook to see Mia's sketches the Monday after each new episode. If you have questions or comments, email littlegiantmonsters@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and see you again soon.